Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Brown Girl Unscripted. It's your host, Rucha, also the CEO of Ashki Studio, and in today's episode we have Isabella Bravo, the co-founder of 212 Bravo at Serhant.
Hi, thank you for welcoming here. I just feel like this has been long overdue. I am just beyond ecstatic.
Aw, I'm super excited too. Did you guys know how we met? Should I tell them the story how we met?
Go for it, I'm all for it.
Oh my god, so literally a couple blocks down from here, there's an espresso store. We're in New York City, by the way. It is a Friday at like 2:30?
It's noonish.
It's noonish, exactly, something like that. And I was there for a Shopify pop-up I had for my brand, and she was there to grab coffee.
Yeah, I was there. It was one of those days that I was just feeling myself. Like, I had my look on point, makeup was on point, nails were on point, and I was just like casually waiting for my coffee. And then I spotted you, and you were like with your stylish scarf and your look, and I just had to immediately like compliment you. And then we both just went on a whole fest of like complimenting each other, and it was just like, I loved it. I was just like, because that's the thing about New York. New York, you just can meet the most unexpected of people. You can form the best types of relationships and friendships ever when it like comes spontaneously. And I love that about New York.
Yeah. No, I love that too, and I also love like the component of like women supporting women. Like one thing I love doing, and I can see that's something you resonate with too, is like just like if you like someone's outfit, you like what they're doing or like what they're wearing, it's like go tell them, you know, why not, right?
Yeah, because I used to be super shy, that I always kind of admired from afar, and I'm like, God, I wish I could tell them they look cool. But now I'm at that age that I'm kind of like, just say it, because what are they gonna do? Are they gonna say like, ew?
Imagine they're like, ew, you peasant, don't talk to me.
Oh my God, I've seen comics where it's like, what's the worst she could say? And it's like, hi there. Ew.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah, that part.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm so glad that we're finally here. We met back in March because that's when my pop-up was.
Yeah.
So it's been like 5 months since? March, April, May, June, July,
There
August.
is no way it's been 5 months.
6 months. Yeah. I know, 2024 is flying by, dude.
No, that cannot be. That is just, like, we're already at the end of, oh my God.
We're not at the end, okay, don't say that.
Okay.
It's August.
Hey, August is already done. And we're gonna then it's September, Fashion Week, and then holidays.
Yeah. It's crazy, but I will say I'm very excited for the holidays and for fall to come, because we were talking about it earlier today. We both hate this heat wave that's been happening, because if you're into fashion, then like you can't wear anything in the heat, right?
No. I've just been like getting my sundresses out. I've been like using all my stylish shorts, my athletic skirts, my dresses, just you name it, I've just been. But at that point, I'm just like, can I just wear layers? Can I wear my decorative scarves?
Your real style.
Like my real style to shine. Like even this, like I have to be mindful that I'm not cooking myself in this blazer fit. Thankfully, I'm not.
Yeah. Thankfully today it's like 70-ish degrees, so it's not bad at all.
Yeah, the rain cleared it, thankfully.
Yeah, so that is amazing. I'm hoping that it stays like that. But getting back to you, Isabella, I would love to hear about your role as a co-founder at Serhant with the 212 Bravo team. We started off with them. We just kind of sidetracked into all these other things. We'll get back to that. But like, I think I want everyone to know what you do at Serhant as well. So tell us, spill the tea.
Alright, so 212 Bravo, I am the co-founder, my mother is the founder, and the name 212 Bravo, fun fact is that it is the area code when you dial someone. So like the most iconic phone numbers are 917 and 212. So, and 212 specifically is for Manhattan. So we as the team, 212 Bravo team, specializes in Manhattan, and we take pride in that, and we like have a lot of facts about New York. We have a lot of admiration. We just want to let people have a little piece of New York, and it's just like we want to share it and give it to you. So yeah,
I don't know who wouldn't want a piece of New York City, let's be honest.
Hey, you want a piece of New York? It's like just with everything. You want a piece of like a slice of New York, you want a property of New York, you name it, we have it.
I love that. What was your experience like in founding it? Like tell us more, like how you founded it, how your mom founded it, like what was your experience like in doing that? Because being a founder is no easy task.
It's not. So the thing is that when we founded 212 Bravo, I was well, the thing is that I have a background in fashion and art. I went to like High School of Fashion Industries, and then I went to Parsons, like the elite university when it comes to fashion, and then I went to Parsons Paris. I've worked for some of the brands out there like Oscar de la Renta, Elise Saab, you name it, I've experienced it. I've experienced Fashion Week here and in Paris. And just, I loved it all, but like, I don't know, there was just something about real estate and something about that experience that I wanted to try that I just was like, I saw it and I was like, it was calling to me, and I'm like, you know what? I want to try to find a way to bring fashion, art, and real estate and bring it in. And so yes. It's like, it's perfect because my mom and I, we lived in New York for like years. Like my mom has her stories to tell. I have my stories to tell. We have bits of stories of Manhattan that we want to share with that. And with 212 Bravo, we do that. And if anything, like my social media has just been like picking up more with the art community, the fashion community that I never expected in my wildest dreams. I've connected with some like amazing, talented artists locally and internationally. And it's just, I just 212 Bravo. I have no words to describe it. It's been a roller coaster, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride.
Yeah. No, I honestly love to hear that, especially because I feel like oftentimes real estate is associated with something that's like, I don't know, you think of like a condo or like a brick and mortar building, right? So I think like the fact that like you're combining art, fashion, real estate, all that together, and to tell like a story behind it, because I think that's truly what speaks to people. It's not just about like the building itself, it's like the story behind it. And like I think art itself is like, it's such an expressive form of communication even, and so is fashion, right? Like
exactly, it's the way you express yourself. Because here's the thing about real estate that people don't get. It's just that it's more than just like, here's a unit, here's the bedroom, here's the living room, here's the kitchen. It's like you want to tell a story. You want to let people look at this as a blank canvas, as like an artist do. They look at a blank canvas and they just see what they want to envision themselves in. And it takes the right person to like really, because here's a fun little story. When the first property that I got was at 45 Tudor City Place. And it was a unit by this woman, this lady, I should say, this lady who lived there for many years. She played the accordion. She's experienced New York throughout the years, and I got a chance to actually talk to her. She was so sweet. But she's lived there for such a long time, and it's like you can see the character that's within her, but then I have to like make sure that I treat it with care, and I make sure that I pack everything neatly for her so that we can set up the new chapter for whoever buys this property. And so I had such an amazing team to help me, the 212 Bravo team, like our team, to help like prep it. I had such great cinematography, photographers really captured, and luckily enough, within like 2-3 weeks, I got a deal above asking price, and I was so happy because it was all about storytelling. I not just showed the unit, I showed what is there to see about it, like the rooftop, the space, like many things you can do with it, with that blank canvas of a unit.
Yeah, no, I love that. What was your favorite part about the story that you told? Like, what really spoke to you? Because I think you're kind of like playing artist a little bit in that space, right? Like, you're presenting, you're talking to the client about it. So what was that like for you? Like, what was the part that spoke to you that you wanted to highlight as the focal point of that story or that art?
So the thing about what people don't know is the history of the building, because every building has a story. Every building has something about it that people should know about. And with 45 Tudor, it was like, I think, if memory serves me, don't quote me on this, I think it was like the first like condominiums or like skyscrapers per se, or like when it comes to residentials. Yeah. Like it was the hot commodity back then of like living there, and it still is, because it's like next to the UN. It's a very nice quiet community. It has a secret view of like the city skyline that only people from 45 Tudor can like see, or if you're venturous enough to go from Grand Central and walk like I believe 5+ blocks to get there to see that skyline. And so yeah, that's what I get out of it. That's like, people don't know the history. It's like the little secrets, a little hole in the walls, a little just everything. People just see a building and just like, it's a building. There's history. Like, imagine if buildings could talk, I would love to have a conversation and understand the history about it.
Yeah. No, I think that is such an amazing perspective to put, and I feel like more people should hear that, right? Like, I think especially women who are looking to get into real estate and maybe also have like a similar creative background as you, like, I think it's like really cool to put like the story in that perspective because I don't. Like this is like one of like after meeting you was one of the first times I've heard real estate and obviously watching Owning Manhattan too. Like I love real estate shows, so that's a big part of it. But like anyone who's not familiar with any of that, like that would be the first time for them like hearing about real estate being spoken in that way. Like often people don't associate it like that. So what would be your like for someone who is a creative or just someone who has like a more non-traditional background who's looking to get into real estate or just like dabble, see if it's for them or not, what would you say as someone who's co-founded their own team like within real estate?
Okay, so my advice, because that's the thing about real estate. So the thing about real estate, okay, here's a little bit truth to what it goes to real estate. There's a lot of people that get their license and within the first year, unfortunately, they drop it and they kind of leave it because it wasn't for them. It wasn't what they expected. But here's the thing, you have to really make it your thing. You have to make it your own entity. What do you bring differently about real estate? Because anyone, like, people can just say, oh, bring me the $1 million listings and all that. Like, there's more to it. You want to, like, really show your point of view and what you want to show to, like, sellers and buyers about how you're going to present it. Because you can just say, like, I know how to sell this building, and it's like, okay, great. Can you sell it above asking price? Can you sell this and that? Like, you can talk about that, but you also want to know your data. You want to know the history behind the building. You want to know what's active within the building and within the neighborhood and what's going on in the market. You got to be on the pulse of it. You can't just say, give me the listing and I'll do it. It's like, you got to know. You got to also bring that edge to you. What can you showcase about it that can really stand out from previous agents and so on?
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. In your opinion, what is one thing from your listings, the ones that you have sold, has been like a really good way to sell a building?
To sell a building, that would, to sell a building, okay. It depends. I can't really say for every building because it can be like ones that are like the one from 45 Tudor to like many like the multi-million-dollar ones. You want to know how to present it in a way that really gives it. You don't want to just give your character of how you want it to live in it because you have to be something that they can just feel like they can turn the key and be like, this is my place.
Yeah.
So that's important, but also just yeah, just I don't know. There's so many ways because you can't put it in a one box for everything. It can't apply for everything because every building has its own way. Because if you're talking about pre-war, you're talking about new development, you're talking about post-war, you're talking about like modern and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
it all differs.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. It's funny you say that, how it differs to every building, and you kind of like the key ideology you mentioned because I follow Ryan on Instagram and he posted this reel the other day and it was like, oh, like I sell emotions and feelings, I don't sell real estate, you know? Right. And I think that's a really good way of like, it kind of resonates with what you just said actually because you want to make them feel like this is like their home, like their future where like they can have like a birthday party for their kids or maybe like have their second anniversary, right?
Exactly.
Like, and I think that's like that just speaks to the person versus making it about like, oh, like this is like I don't know this many square feet. Where like I feel like not like yeah that's impressive, but then what else, right? Because like a lot of properties have like so and so square feet, right?
And also when you like talk to them, you really want to talk to the person because like. I've met many people, I've met many clients, I've heard so many stories and it's like you want to listen to them and you really want to appreciate every word they're saying because yes it's a business and yes it's a transaction but it's also at the end of the day you're having a connection with the person you're meeting that this is something that they've built like you never know like they might have lived here for 50 plus years or heck they moved in here with just a sofa and a dream and then now they've built it into something grander now it's like they want to like move on to the next chapter of their life.
Yeah.
So yeah, truly, it's like all the emotion that goes in it. Because if you really think about it, everything has energy and emotions. Like the space they're into, even down to one little cup that they brought into their apartment and say like, "This is mine."
Yeah, yeah. No, that's so funny. I think that all gets, well, not funny, but like that, I resonate with that. I think I just said that because I say that's funny a lot, but but basically, like, yeah, I feel like that applies to just general sales too, because like I experience like what you said about like speaking to the person and what their pain points and their story and all that. I feel like that's something I apply into my own business as well, where I'm not selling fashion. I'm selling the point of, oh, well, like, I want to make you feel sexy and empowered and confident versus just selling, like, a piece of clothing. And it's, like, even if you look at someone like Gucci, right? They're not, high-key, like, they're not selling horsehair slippers. They're selling, like, the exquisite luxury experience, right?
Exactly.
It's about that versus, because if you really look at the material, if you really look at, like, the thing without the name Gucci, you can maybe get that somewhere else, right?
Exactly.
It's just about the brand name. And so in your experience so far with 212 Bravo, what has been something that has really helped you cultivate that branding for yourself?
All right, so now we're getting into the deep, because now you really brought up a really good question. So with 212 Bravo, it's a mother-daughter duo. We are about we bring that connection, because it's just that I'm feeling all the emotions, honestly. When you brought that, it just made me think about my mom, because it's just because my mom has sacrificed so much, and she's just she sacrificed so much. I love her so much because she's a single mom. She did everything she could. She
me too.
She beat the odds. She really does. She proved to others as well as herself that anything is possible, that we see potential in people, because when my mother like gave birth to me, she just saw like everything is possible, and she just saw something that was like so great and grand that when we're in New York, it's like in a city that's very expensive, and like they can chew you up and spit you out. She just made everything like possible for me, and she made me feel like anything is possible. And fortunately, I've achieved such greatness. I've graduated with such high honors with a 4.0. I went to travel the world thinking like I couldn't do it, but she told me you can and you will. Like when it came to like Parsons Paris, like I was hesitant. I was like, I don't think I can make it, and she said like you will. And with very last minute to submit that application, I got in out of thousands of people to like get in. She did that. And so with 212 Bravo, it's like we bring that connection, we bring that story, we bring that like you can entrust in us that we can really bring it with with the values we bring to what you want us to
It's okay.
I'm so emotional. To what you sell.
Like you're really investing in the client. It's not just like like we want to sell this. Like we're bringing like your heart and soul into the like the I guess relationship. Yeah.
Well, and also a very technical aspect. I'm like kind of the data nerd into this. Like I can pretty much know the history front and back of the building and the unit and so on and so forth. But yes, so like. Yeah, that was a very long-winded story. Just made me feel all the emotions of like what is 212 Bravo and what it stands for.
Yeah, I mean that speaks a lot to what you built at the team, though. I think that it's really profound when your business and your brand has such a powerful story like the one you just said, because that's what gets people connected. You know, it's not just about like. I don't know, like when you think about any business you're touched by, it's about how you feel about it, if you connect with their story, right? Exactly. And yeah, I think that's amazing.
We bring family value. That's all it is. It's just like, okay, I get it. I'll acknowledge that there are a lot of teams out there that are family, because I've met also a lot of teams that were like families, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, like niece, nephews, grandsons, and all like generational things. And I just love that because, as I said, like with 212 Bravo, I get to meet fellow teams that were a family based, and it's just so great. And with my mom and I, we are two proud Latinas in a very man-dominated, but to showcase, like, we're proud Latinas. We strive on really showcasing that we can be with the big leagues, with the big boys, because, like, truly, now we're in an age of we wear the pants. Like, we show it, and we look good in it.
Yes, yeah. And as you should, right?
Exactly.
I think I want to go back to something you said your mom was telling you, like back to like you going to Parsons, etc. I think that speaks a lot to having an abundance mindset. how would you say that has been for you? Because I know, like, especially as, like, I don't know if it's like, I used to think it was, oh, if your children are immigrants, etc. But I think in general, like, most people have a scarcity mindset, like, let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
So for you, like, have you always had an abundance mindset because of your mom, or like, how did you work up to that? Like, tell me more about that, because I think having an abundance mindset really helps you in success with business for sure.
Oh yeah. So the thing is that I used to be like so shy. Like I was like very like, I am like an anime nerd Latina that pretty much is like, I went to private school and I was like, everyone was focused on like hair and makeup and like boyfriends partying, and I was just in my own little world, just listening to anime music and reading the latest manga. And so as the years progressed, I just kind of like try to stand up for myself and trying to like be on my own 2 feet, because my mom, obviously, she made sure that she gave me like the tough skin of like, let's say because I do remember there was one time I fell and I scraped my knee and I was crying, and my mom just like made sure that like she didn't want to like swaddle me and like being like, oh, it's okay, like let me kiss your boo-boos and all that. She was like, you're fine, you get up, and we keep walking. So that's just... And then that's with me, like when it came to like, when it came to me being like the nerd, like getting picked on, being like, ooh, you like nerd, you like anime and all that. But like, look where we are now. Anime's hot, for crying out loud. I just have to let that out.
Sexy.
It's hot, okay?
Yeah.
Like Megan Thee Stallion sang a song about otaku summer and about being a star, okay? And she has
Naruto
made
references.
Naruto reference, like Gojo and everything. I am like... long overdue, and I'm just like, and also I just reached the point that I was just kind of like, I don't want to live in a moment, I don't want to live with regrets or moments of like, I should have done this or I should have done that. So as the years progressed, as like I've learned more about myself, what I like and don't like, and obviously like decide what is it truly what I like, then it's really, I got to really be comfortable in my own skin about what I dress, how I do my makeup, how I style myself.
You present yourself, essentially.
Yeah, because there are times that I'm like, I'm a Latina, but then at the same time I see media of what is like presume about what it is to be a Latina from other people, from other medias, and I'm kind of like, that's gorgeous, that's hot, that's great, like I'm all for it, but that's not me. Like,
and that's okay, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm a Latina. What is it that's me and that makes me feel comfortable in my own skin and being like reassuring? And so that took time for me to really just like know that and to really just be proud. Like it goes down to like the clothes I wear to even my hair, because there were times that I'll admit that I've like straightened my hair, like, because I was obsessed with anime and everything. I straightened it, I did this.
We all had that phase.
My
hair had a regrowth phase in like college because I burnt the hell out of it in middle school because of that,
Yeah, so I kind of went through that, and then now I'm just kind of like, I say thank you hair, and I love it. It like, it gets in waves, but sometimes it has a mind of its own sometimes. Sometimes it decides like, okay, like you love me that much, here you go, like here's all the waves and curls.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we kind of got sidetracked on the question.
Well, I think you did answer it a little bit, because you were basically, I asked you what your journey has been like in having an abundance mindset, and you basically said like you learned to come into your own, build your own sense of self and confidence, and you're someone that doesn't live with any regrets, so you're just like, you know what, like I can't really afford to think so negatively, so I'm gonna think that everything is possible. That's what I got from it.
Okay, then yeah, I got my point across.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm just like, even now, because I recall like even like maybe a year ago of like, actually no, maybe even further than that, like if I have to rewind time, I used to like my style, like clothes that I used to wear that I just felt like I never felt so confident in, but I still kept it in my closet thinking like, maybe one day, maybe soon I will rock this outfit. And now years later, thankfully I didn't get rid of it or I didn't sell it. I wear it now, and I wear it so differently, and I'm just kind of like, what happened? And then I just realized like, it's because like how I walk with it. And also I have like, I still do these moments, like I have my own little soundtrack playing while I'm walking, so like sometimes I put my earbuds and I just like blend it into my hair, and I just walk with such confidence, and like it feels good. And it's just like also like there are times that I don't know if it's just me or I don't know if it's just like I'm not trying to boost my ego here or anything. I have people look at me like do double takes and I'm just kind of like, do I have something on my face? Do I like have something in my teeth?
It means you're hot. The confidence. Yeah.
Yes, and like they're like no joke. I'm just kind of like, I'm not kidding. Like there are times that I'm just like chilling at a bookstore or I'm watching anime on my phone for like a few milliseconds to catch a breather of my day at work. And I have some guy pretty much like saying like, oh, can I get your number? Like, I like that you're watching anime and that this and that. And it's kind of like, you can have the anime name, but no on the number.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also just like, I just express myself and what I like because I used to like I never found my, like, okay, I wouldn't say I wouldn't find my people because I go to Anime NYC and I go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, that just happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I love going there. I love going there. Like, I even, like, wear anime / everyday wear because that's evolved, too. So, like, there are outfits and pieces that you would never even blink twice to think that it was anime merch.
Yeah.
And I even take inspiration from, like, anime characters that I used to, like, draw in my sketchbook to now I can be my own protagonist in a way, so I feel good about that.
What's one character that you really like to embody?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Oh my god, there's so many anime. I used to... Ooh.
Like today.
Okay. If I had to go OG, I would have to think like maybe Sailor Mars from Sailor Moon because I liked Sailor Moon. I love Usagi. I don't know what her American name is. I don't know. I only know the Japanese ones. But Sailor Mars, her confidence and just I loved her hair. I loved everything about her. She was like feisty and all that. She was like fiery. She was like
so firecracker.
So that, but then also like latest animes, I can't think of like any new ones per se. I can only think of the OGs. Oh no, actually, I just remembered. There's this anime called Nana, and there was these two girls that are named Nana, and one of them has a very kind of sweet personality, but she dresses very kind of like a sweet style. But I liked her personality, and the other one was like very punk rock, very Vivienne Westwood inspired. So basically, I can relate to both characters. I can relate to Nana, the sweet one, that's all about just like love and just finding happiness and seeing the greatness in everybody. And then Nana, the punk rock, I loved her style and I loved her makeup and I just loved everything about how she just stood for like pretty much like I'm a badass and I know it, but I don't have to like say it. I just show it.
Yes. I love that. I love that last statement you just said. I'm a badass. Like I can just show. You said I don't have to show it. I just am.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that brings me back to like one of the things you said, like sorry to like I don't mean to cut you off, but like it was your like you said like your style and how it's based off of like anime characters, etc. Walk us through your kind of like hall of fashion or hall of styles like throughout the years, because I know you said it's evolved a bunch for you, and I mean like I'd love to know. I think your audience would love to know. It's really cool to see the trajectory of that.
Okay, so with my fashion, I like okay, so my wardrobe, because currently I have to like actually clean out my closet now that I say my wardrobe, I kind of have to switch it now to fall winter very soon.
Dude, same, yeah.
Yeah, so my closet at the moment is still very summery, so now I have to now switch it and get ready for fall winter. So my looks I have is like very at the moment black and white with like dash of color. And so
it's exactly what you're wearing right now.
Yeah. I love black. I love it.
Me too.
So yeah, so my pieces are like kind of like the cliche oversized because some anime characters, some like side characters are like protagonists wear like the default baggy clothes with like the very short mini skirts to like peek out. So I love doing that on my days off or when I work out.
I love that, yeah.
I love that. I love the uniform look because like when it comes to like when I go to work or on my days off, I love to wear kind of the uniform look, that kind of that preppy look,
like Siren Office Core. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, because I like have pieces like from JW. I think it's JW Anderson. Yeah, JW Anderson. I have this beautiful blouse that has like already a pre-made like ribbon that I tie. And so I do that, and I bought like this very oversized sweater vest, and then I put it with trousers to kind of give it that very androgynous look, or I can pair it with a skirt and I can give it that cute little flirty vibe.
Yeah. Okay guys, we're back. Sorry about the little interruption. My camera just like stopped recording because there was like a maximum limit on how much you can record at one time. But we're back, and you were talking about your wardrobe.
Yeah, I was talking about my wardrobe. So, yeah, so my wardrobe has a lot of variety of black and white with like dash of colors from here and there. And what with my pieces, because I have to clean out my closet, like no joke. I need to switch now to my fall winters. So with my wardrobe for fall, if we had it divided into seasons, my fall winters are like very like purposefully baggy, like very cutesy. Because for a tall girl, like I pretty much unfortunately have been like I have like such long arms that sometimes my sweaters cut to here, and so I have to accommodate being like, okay, I need to get a size that's bigger, but unfortunately it gets a little baggy everywhere else. So I have to balance out like the fitted with like the baggy. So like the shirts have to be fitted, but then my sweaters and everything are purposefully an extra size bigger.
I feel that.
So that I can have the little moment of being like, oh, it's like so short that I have the cuffs right here in my fingers kind of thing. There's that. There's like I've gotten like sweater vests. I kind of delve into kind of like the very androgynous fashion per se, especially for the fall and winter. Even the summer, like, because I don't do, like, I love being girly girl. I love, like, during the summers, I wore, like, the beautiful summer dresses, like the gingham ones, like cute little sun hats. Like, I really put in effort into, like, looking super, super, super cute. But there are other times that I'm like, you know what? I just want to put on some basic tailored shorts, a nice white top, slick my hair back, put on some nice good statement earrings, and I just look like I can just have people looking at me like, and like, am I gender bending? Am I like a guy or girl? Like, I'm just like, hey.
Wait, I love gender bending. That's so funny.
I love it because it's just like, that's the thing. It's like, fashion's fashion. Express yourself how you want. Like, that's, I'm all for it.
Yeah. No, what were you going to say?
Yeah, no. I'm just kind of like, no, but with fashion, it's just that, especially with like, with genders and like gender bending and androgynous and gender fluidity, it's just something that I love doing. I love just kind of like taking moments to like, this is kind of sounds a little narcissist here, but it's like, I look at myself in the mirror, I kind of like look at, like, I kind of see for myself in every angle and like play around with like how I do my makeup slightly or how I style my hair.
That's not narcissistic at all. You're just paying attention to yourself, which as you should.
So yeah, like there's ways that I like style my hair a certain way, but it's not like I purposefully do it to look like a man per se. I kind of do it in a way to feel like a certain, I don't know, there's like some days that I feel very kind of like very in touch with like my feminism, like my just feeling very like ladylike and very dainty. And there are other times that I just want to feel like very edgy and rugged, and I just feel like just,
it's like I can fight.
Yeah. I can just fight you with my eyes, but like fighting, I'm like, yeah.
Especially on the streets of New York City, just some days I'll literally be walking and I'm just like, don't look at me. If guys come up, I'm just like, I can fight.
I think that's happened. I feel like, I don't know. I think now that I think about it, there are times that I've worn outfits that were very kind of like strong and confident that people kind of admired me, but it was like, don't touch me, like don't try to mess with me kind of thing. And there are times that I'm very kind of like sweet and welcoming, and then people were like, they're like, hi, I want to know more about you and everything. I think that's the power of clothes, truly. Like people forget the power of clothes really plays a factor.
It really does. It's funny because you know the show Gossip Girl?
Oh my god, I love Gossip Girl. I binged that show like you have no idea.
Exactly. No, me too. And it reminds, that's actually the first time, like, because I probably watched it back when I was in middle school.
Everyone,
yeah.
Everyone
did. And so,
were
like,
you Blair or Serena?
I'm a Serena girl. Are you a Blair girl?
Plot twist, I'm Jenny.
Oh my god, wait.
Plot twist.
I'm Jenny. So funny. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, honestly, Jenny is a lot better than both of them in terms of, like, scandal and stuff like that.
Also her story, because, okay, here's the thing. I rewatched it recently, and it's just the fact is that Jenny, when she started, was, like, she was, like, the very kind of sweet little puppy dog. Like, I want to be with Blair. I want to be with that clique. I want to be...
Minion.
Yeah, sadly.
In the beginning.
Sadly,
but she found her self-worth after.
And then afterwards, her style, her character changed. She was wearing darker eyeliner. She kind of like
goth.
Well, it's not really goth. That's more like punk rocker girl kind of.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a better way of saying it.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, like I know I wasn't goth because I went through a goth phase and my mom was praying and hoping that I wasn't going to stay in that goth lane. So no, I loved about Jenny was that she started out like very sweet, like I want to be with the popular girls and I want to be in that clique. And then as the seasons progress and the school years progress, she kind of was like I don't give a damn, like F you society, kind of like I'm gonna write the script about how is fashion in my way. And there was one episode where she did like a guerrilla fashion show, which if you don't know, as the name suggests, like, and here's a little history about you, like guerrilla warfare, guerrilla fashion show basically means like whatever event's going on or whatever invasion. Well, okay, maybe that's not how I use the word invasion, but like pretty much it's like surprise. Here is a fashion show that no one wanted, but like you're gonna love it. And you're gonna be talking about it.
And they do love it. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, and so that's what I liked about her. And there were some moments about Jenny that she was kind of like. She found her style, and then at the very end, she has her own brand. Blair, I think, was wearing one of her pieces or owned one of her pieces. I don't remember the full ending because it was such a long time ago. Yeah. But overall, it was like Jenny found herself. She went through like being a follower, then finding her own voice. Obviously, she had to learn from her ways, and like obviously from people that obviously weren't cut out to be in her life. She had to be realistic with herself, take time for herself, reflect on it, and she came out as a better person with her own brand. And the one that she wanted to impress now is up buying her brands.
Exactly. Yeah. And it speaks a lot to, again, the power of fashion, the power of confidence. And what I was going to say earlier was, like, Blair makes a statement at some point in the show. I forget what season it is. But it's during the phase when her and Dan are, like, friends randomly. When, like, Serena and everyone else I know is, like, off on vacation or something like that. And essentially she's like, oh, fashion is art, it's expression, it's architecture all in one. It's the best form of... I forget the word, I'm blanking, but basically she makes like a really profound statement about how like important and profound fashion is in making your identity as a person, as a woman especially. And then like it goes to show throughout the show, I feel like, where like everyone in the way they express themselves, like I don't know about you, but I feel like that's how I remember a lot of the characters, right? Like I honestly personally don't really like Dan, but it's because of the way he dressed. I didn't, oh my God. Like his grandpa scarf, and it's like it's not
Dan. I don't know. Oh my God,
I wasn't a fan of Dan.
Oh my God,
not because he's from Brooklyn. I just don't like him that much.
Okay, I almost confused on the characters. I thought for a second you were talking about Chuck. My brain went to Chuck, but then I remembered Dan Humphrey. Yeah, Dan Humphrey. He was okay as a character. Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing. I didn't like any of the guys there. I didn't like Chuck. I didn't like Dan. I didn't like who was Blair's love interest or slash boyfriend? I don't remember his name. That's
Nate. I liked Nate. Out of all the guys, I liked Nate the most. But I felt like with Dan, it was just like he was so like it felt like he was so morally superior anytime something would happen. Like obviously there's a lot of scandal happening, so it makes sense, like whatever, he has his opinions. But then sometimes it would be like, bro, like are you like 45 or are you like a 17-year-old? You know what I mean? It was hard to tell sometimes.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about the characters. I didn't like the characters in the Gossip Girl series, but getting back to anime, there is a Gossip Girl manga.
Really?
There's a Gossip Girl manga. I own all 3 volumes of it. I've read it front and back cover.
Based on the show?
Loosely. The characters are illustrated way prettier.
Yeah.
And like they make Blair more of a mean girl. They make Serena more of like the doe-eye, like she's like she was at the wrong place at the wrong time situation. And unfortunately they made Jenny, that's where I'm kind of like, I kind of am a little mad at them, whoever wrote the manga for Gossip Girl. They made Jenny into like the ultimate mean girl, and
oh my God,
which breaks my heart. I'm like, no, like don't make her into obviously she becomes an ally to Blair again, but it was like she had to go through like being the ultimate mean girl to like get kicked off the pedestal to be a reality check, which I'm like, no. They made Dan's character in the manga more like a nerd, like more of like an academic guy.
Yeah.
I believe so, I think. Yeah, they did. I'm trying to remember how they were illustrated. And Chuck's character was better. He wasn't so much of a womanizer in the
womanizer, yeah.
He wasn't that much of a womanizer in the manga. They made him into more of a goofball of a womanizer. Like he thinks he's all suave and everything, but he's not, kind of thing. Well, the other one was kind of an annoyance.
Yeah. No, yeah. That makes a lot of that. That's really cool that they did that. How would you think that, like, I mean, as we know, media and all that has such an impact on you and how you dress, etc. Do you think Gossip Girl has had an impact on, like, how you view fashion and, like, how you express yourself now?
I would say yes. A lot of shows, oh my God, this is where like TV has influenced like how we dress and what they think, like what the media thinks teenagers should dress and how they behave and
when
all
it's
that.
like 30-year-olds like acting as 17-year-olds in the
Oh
show.
my God, that's the funny thing. That's even funnier.
Or even 45-year-olds. Like I found out that one of the characters in Gossip Girl was like, I think like 35 or something, and like they're playing like a 15-year-old, and I was like,
what?
yeah.
Oh my God. Oh no, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I really didn't click with that much fashion of series. Like, Gossip Girl was like my inspiration of how I wanted to dress and like what I strive for when it comes to like designer labels and accessories and all that. And I've achieved that, thankfully, but also I kind of also support local businesses and a lot of like very international brands as well, so there's that. But also, I don't know, I didn't really like the Disney Channel kind of fashion. I didn't like Hannah Montana or
like Y2K.
Y2K, no, I don't know.
I don't like Y2K either.
Yeah, the thing is that what's interesting about Disney during our time was that people were wondering why did like Hannah Montana and other characters dress like their outfits were like so crazy colorful with layers of patterns on top of patterns on top of patterns. It turns out they were competing with the cartoons at the same time.
Oh.
So they had to think like, what do we get for like kids' attention spans to keep watching this show that's not a cartoon?
That is very interesting. I didn't know that.
So imagine like we were competing with colorful cartoon characters with like textile on top of textile on top of color on top of color.
That's insane.
So I didn't figure that out until years later.
Wow. That is actually so interesting to think about, because that was such a big like childhood like elementary school sort of situation. So then like with thinking back, it's like, wow, that was just a marketing scheme.
Hey, it's marketing. It got people to buying like layers and layers of clothes and colors. So hey.
Yeah. So getting back to you, Isabella, with everything that we've talked about, from fashion to real estate to your confidence growth to all these things, what is one thing after everything we talked about that you wish that your younger self knew?
Oh God, I feel like I've had this conversation before with my mom in moments of like this. Like, if I were to like talk to my younger self, I would just be like, I would tell them like, anime is gonna be the most hot commodity, so be you with the anime. Don't like, be proud of it. Don't let anyone bug you. Don't let them question why you're reading that manga or why you're watching that anime. Still watch it with confidence and everything, because it's done great things. And also keep drawing those anime characters, keep drawing those fashion statements, and heck, even like try to embody those characters even early on, because I also, there was a one time that I almost wanted to do Lolita fashion, but it was so expensive. And also like, I never found the crowd for the Lolitas, but apparently now they've shown up now. I've seen them more. I was like, where were you guys?
That's so funny.
No, that's fine. I admire them, and I'm just kind of like, and I see them at the museums now from time and time again. I see them at the botanical gardens. I see them at the museums. So it's great to see that. But overall, I would just say, be proud of you. Don't cry so much, because I used to be, like, I'll admit I was a bit of, like, I used to be such a little crybaby. I used to cry a lot, which
it's okay.
I got in my feels. I can't help it.
Yeah.
But no, just don't cry so much. Don't let people walk over you. Don't...
Just be confident, basically.
Basically just overall, the overall moral of this conversation with my younger me. Be confident, be proud of who you are. Don't let anybody question you. Don't doubt yourself in any which way. Just wake up and be just glad that you are here.
Got you. Okay. So basically have a ton of confidence and gratitude.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting. Okay, cool. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, and I definitely know our audience has. We talked about all different things. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Isabella.
Yes, I'm so happy, and thank you. I just want to say thank you so much, because I would have never thought a coffee encounter led to like another encounter, which led to this podcast, to talking about like fashion, real estate, anime, manga, just everything.
And all that goes to say is like, put yourself out there and like stop caring what other people think, right? Because like if we got in our heads and we're like, oh well, like maybe I shouldn't go to that person, maybe I shouldn't talk, we would have never be doing this, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, stay delusional and stay confident. Okay, maybe not
that. Maybe just like maybe filter out what you need to. Obviously, just
No. When I say delusional, I more so mean like just like don't get in your head.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what that means. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the latest lingos and all that. Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much for being on, and to our audience, I love you guys, and I will see you next week. If you liked what we talked about, if you resonated with anything, make sure you rate the show. Make sure you leave any comments letting me know what you want to see more of, because I always read those, and I want to make sure you guys like it and like to get an idea of what sort of topics you should do going forward. So with that being said, see you. Bye.
Bye bye.